There are 4 towers in BTD6 which are exclusive, well, to Bloons DD6, as you cannot find these towers in any other Bloons game, and all of them have been made specifically for the purposes of Bloons DD6, adding something new to the table in their own style. And those monkeys are the Desperado from the primary, the Dartling from the military, the Mermonkey from the magic, and the Beast Handler from the support category. Now I call these towers the next gen towers, which are essentially towers that can do something that other ones were not able to do before in a way, and you can kind of see that through the unique concept that each one of them represents. So I thought it would be fun if we only use these 4 towers and see if we can win a game on chimps mode by, well, not using anything else besides them. So there's a huge problem that all these towers have essentially, so I'm going to use Quincy to start things off, but they actually suck at the early game a lot. If you take a look at the base towers, it's like the Desperado, which attacks twice. I mean, the Mermonkey doesn't have pierce, kind of expensive also, $400 for that early. I'm not exactly sure. The other one is the Beast Handler, which the base tower just absolutely abysmal. And then I guess the Dartling is nice, but it's very expensive. It's $920. I guess heroes are not exactly cheating because they are exclusive to BT6 as well, but I brought Quincy because I want to minimize the usage of heroes. So for this game, I actually want to buy every single one of these towers, and I want to, kind of use maybe some synergies between them, because if you guys take a look at the towers, there are actually some very interesting things you can do with them. So for example, the Blazing Sun tier 5 Desperado sets Bloons on fire, and then the bottom path Mermonkey detonates all DPS effects. There's also a little bit of a synergy going between the Millipede Desperado ability and then the Dartling ability, which it's gonna make the Dartling essentially a lot more accurate. You can also use the Millipede Desperado ability for its range capability, so that you extend the range for the Beast Handler, and essentially the beasts are gonna have a lot more range to attack with. So yeah, a lot of things going for these towers. It's just that you kind of want to make it happen. So let's start things off by buying the why do we want to have the Dartling now? This is kind of a weird map actually, now that I think about this. Okay, let's have the Dartling like this, because we're only going to be using the right spot of this map. So have it like this. So we're going to need some lead popping power. I don't think we're going to be upgrading this guy too much. I actually wanted to go for the bottom path on the Beast Handler, because we usually, you see the Megalodon in bosses, and I think I've made like at least 3-4 videos on the dinosaurs, but we rarely use the bottom crosspath, and we're going to need some support for our boys. So let's actually go for the Condor, I was thinking. So apparently there was a bug going around with the top hat Desperado where the Blazing Sun wasn't attacking properly. So once you buy the 4th tier, I'm actually just gonna go like this. I'm gonna buy the Big Iron, but once you buy the Twin 6s, actually apparently there was a way too big of a delay between attacks, and now they fixed the delay. It's half of what it used to be. So what it means is that essentially it got a lot more attack speed. Now, is the tower a lot better and is it fixed? Probably not. But let's actually buy the Twin 6s and let's see this new Desperado in action, which got fixed. I'm gonna keep this guy strong. We obviously want to focusing down the strongest Bloons because he does 6 damage per shot. And let's see how we do versus this mob. I'm gonna micro the Dartling if necessary, but these Bloons are gonna, they're gonna make it into the portal, but only a small chunk of them. So there we go. We have a decent amount of damage, it seems like. You guys know what? We can make things a little bit more interesting for ourselves, and I'm saying this as the Bloons are leaking. So I'm gonna use Quincy's level 3 ability, and then I'm gonna do the thing, which is I'm gonna realign the portal. And so essentially whenever Bloons walk in this top portal, they're gonna exit on the left side, but we are not gonna defend the left side. So let's give ourselves a little bit more of a challenge, and let's see how far we can survive by playing the game like this. Let's buy the Hydra Rocket Pods. I wouldn't mind buying the Rocket Storm, but we need to chill for a second. And now that we're playing the game like this, I mean, we need to go for this thing, I guess, the Riptide Champion. We can give it a little bit extra range, and look at this guy, he still cannot see the track. This is the point at which I really wouldn't mind buying a Desperado for the Deadeye ability than just giving this guy the extra range. I think that's gonna be amazing. Actually, he's even gonna miss a little bit less thanks to that. So you know what, I'm actually gonna do it. Let's go like this. Let's buy the Deadeye. I mean, give him a little bit extra range, set them on strong, and then I'm just gonna keep using this ability onto the Mermonkey, because this guy, with each attack that he does, he freezes the Bloons for a second. So if we're playing the game like this, I mean, this is actually gonna be really useful. So another mob incoming. Let's give the extra range to the Mermonkey, and he can see the track now. Okay, that's really good. So we're gonna be at least freezing some of the Bloons, but the uptime is 50%, so we have to be really careful. Alright, I mean, our boys are doing really well so far. We have not had any incidents so far, so let's actually get ready for the more difficult round. So one of those rounds is going to be 63. I want to buy abilities because I don't see any other way of dealing with that one. This guy can still not see the track, by the way, so let's tack up a couple of Mermonkeys for him, and then let's also buy the Rocket Storm ability as early as possible, I was thinking. So let's actually go like this. Let's get a little bit of range for our Arctic Knight so that he can attack the Bloons. The main tower is going to be Poseidon for sure, but we can buy some other ones as well. So first things first, let's extend this guy's range. So we're currently at 3 stacks. Let's see how far we want to go for this thing. I mean, I really wouldn't want to be buying 10, but I guess if necessary, so we can get some good map coverage. Currently at 6 stacks. Yeah, that's definitely a lot better. I mean, let me use the Desperado ability on it. Oh yeah, that's so much better actually, but I don't think this is enough, guys. We can do a lot better than this. Okay, that's it. I'm going for 10. This is gonna be the last one, and let's check the range now. Oh, that's so much better. And now with the Take Aim ability, which we can upgrade, by the way, to the Bounty Hunter. Oh yeah, that's so great actually. I think we should go for the Bounty Hunter. This improves the ability, so now it's a 50% range bonus, now 25. See how we do versus this BFB, by the way. And do we need to use an ability or micro or anything like that? I mean, these guys are barely about to walk in the portal, but no, we actually save it. Okay. Alright, I mean, so far we've not had any difficult balloons, and the problem that we're gonna have is the mob class balloons, but let's see how we deal with 63. So this is wave number 1. Oh, is it actually entering the portal? It is. Okay, so Quincy's level 10 ability. Is it gonna save us? It's a green balloon. Okay, it does. Oh my god, we need to use abilities as we predicted, by the way. So let's get this guy a little bit of extra range, and then I'm gonna use the Arctic Knight ability for the second wave. By the way, these guys cannot pop zebras and white balloons, so hope. Oh no, we actually leak on this one. Okay, let's start things off with another order. So I gave the Take Aim ability to the Mer Monkey, and we're gonna start things off with the level 3 Quincy ability plus the Arctic Knight ability as soon as the first wave arrives. So go like this, and then hopefully we protect it. Yes, there we go. Now for the second wave, we're gonna use, I guess, the level 10 Quincy ability, which should be more than enough. Yes, there it is. And now for the last one, I mean, this is going exactly as we planned it a couple of rounds ago, but it's just, I don't know, it's kind of wonky, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe, oh, you know what we should do? I know exactly what we need to do. Let's try the ability. Is this gonna hold? If it doesn't, I know what we need to do, and it held. Okay, that's fine. But in case this didn't hold, what we could have done is we could have used the second Take Aim ability on the Darling so that the ability doesn't miss, because we went for the bottom crosspath on this one. So much synergy between these towers, actually. Okay, maybe we're gonna need to use that on the 19s or something like that, but until we get to that point, we need to start worrying about the main DPS tower. We need to buy some support, so let's try and see. Oh my god, 56k, I completely forgot. Alright, 56,000. What are we even doing for this run, guys? I completely forgot about this thing's price. So are we going for Poseidon? I think we are. I mean, that was the initial plan. I don't know what's another game-winning tower that we could go for. I mean, obviously the Bez, but the Bez cannot deal with DDTs unless it has some external help. So I think Poseidon is our best bet with the setup that we have so far. So let's use the level 3 ability. This is going to be a bit tricky round, by the way. So let's at least make sure we save one of the abilities. So let's go for the Arctic Knight ability for these guys. And then if we can somehow do a little bit of damage on the second group of VIBs, which is going to appear right now, that's going to be great. Okay, we're not going to do any damage, it seems like. So let's use the Darling ability, and then hopefully this thing holds, because I want to save Quincy's level 10 ability for, yes, for this thing exactly, for round 76. And there it is. I mean, we're surviving, but we're only surviving based on these abilities, and they are going to run their course very soonish. I think in the early free plays is when we're going to start seeing some problems. Alright, we need about $10,000, and we can make the money if we survive this one and the next one, but as you guys can see, the damage is just really not there once free play starts rolling in. So let's start things off with Quincy's level 3 ability. We have the level 10 ready, so I guess we're gonna have to use it, and then we have, well, absolutely nothing. It seems like, I mean, an Arctic Wind ability is coming out, so maybe we can use that. Let's use the Arctic Knight ability as soon as possible. We also have a Rocket Storm, and I'm actually gonna use these guys as soon as possible so that maybe we get the cooldown back for the fortified ones on 82. Oh, I see something on the other side. No, we actually leaked some ceramics. Okay, let's try and use the map's secret ability. So basically you can click like these heads up top, and it's gonna be like a stun, and it's gonna destroy a bunch of balloons. So as soon as we leak something, I guess we could do that, but let's play off of the normal abilities that we have, and I'm gonna try and save the Arctic Knight plus the Rocket Storm ability. So let's use the ability because I see some ceramics at the back. We're gonna get the stun going. So yeah, it pops ceramics, but it doesn't exactly get rid of everything. I mean, it doesn't pop the BFBs, but it's more than enough to keep them in place. Okay, so I think that if we beat this one, then maybe at the start of 83 we should have the money for Poseidon, but this one is gonna be a tricky one because of fortified BFBs. We do have some abilities though, so let's make sure we use them. Let's go like this, get They Came, first things first. This is very, very tricky, so I'm gonna start things off with the Rocket Storm because this is really nerve-wracking. In come the fortifieds, and we have basically no other abilities, so I'm gonna use the Arctic Knight ability, which is really, really short, by the way, and these fortifieds, we're not holding them one bit. Oh my god. Alright, let's go like this. Let's buy the Golden Eagle, and let's actually buy a Beast Handler over here on this side. And so we're still on the outside, but if a balloon makes it through a portal, then the bird is going to be able to pick it up because it's still in its range when it's merged like this. So let's go. The fortifieds are coming out in a second, and I think we're going to be dumping the abilities, well, really soon. I'm trying to save them as much as possible, but no, I think we dump them now. And then after these abilities are done, then we can follow up with the level 10, which is not going to do too much, honestly, to fortified balloons, but hopefully it does like something. Oh, that's a huge wave. We need to stun them. This is like not looking that bad. Let's use the level 10. Oh, it's coming off cooldown. Let's use it. The Mermonkey one. Nothing's going through the portal this time around, and yes, we get it done. I think we made a mistake by using the map ability on 81, so we didn't have it for the fortifieds on 82, but yeah, things are actually not looking that bad because we can kind of deal with these blue mobs now, I think, by just using the Art Ignite ability, and we're really close to Poseidon. We're missing like $1,000 at this point. Alright, so 84, we should have the money for Poseidon in a second, so let's use the Darting ability. 56, boom, there we go, finally. Oh my god, look at the range. Look at the range with, oh, that's so cool. Actually, it can see the entirety of the map with the Take Aim ability. Look at the synergy, that's crazy good. Alright, so now I feel a lot better about this run because we got to our game-winning tower, but he's gonna need support. He's not gonna win the game by himself, so I was thinking going for the Symphonic Resonance Mermonkey and maybe something like the Giant Condor Beast Handler. These guys are kind of expensive by themselves, so let's actually chill for a second and see what we're gonna need. We're gonna have our first DDT, so let's see how we do versus them, and then we're gonna adapt. So, oh, these guys, no. Okay, so the waves are popping them, but they are making it really close to the portal. I think it's time for a Mermonkey, guys, and it's gonna be one of these guys at the bottom because they still have the range. So let's go like this, buy the Symphonic Resonance, and then place this, I guess this idol. Oh my god, this guy's range is huge as well because it gets amplified as well. That's insane. Let's use the Take Aim ability, by the way. Those are the DTs in 93, so a little bit easier this time around, actually. We still have the money for the Giant Condor, by the way, which I still don't want to buy. Let's chill. We did buy one of these support towers. Let's see how we do on 94, and then obviously, you know, these upcoming rounds are going to be very important, like 96 and 98 with the 45s. I mean, it's not like he's struggling, but the Mermonkey is definitely needing to do a little bit of work, so we beat this one. But yeah, we take care of 94, and now this is going to be a super important round for us. Alright, so let's use the Take Aim ability onto the Mermonkey. Some of these are getting sucked, which is amazing, but hopefully Poseidon holds off. We do have the Dartling ability, so as soon as something like, you know, goes off, I'm going to use it immediately. But so far, I think it's thanks to the extra range, by the way, because these waves start attacking the DT so early that these guys like cannot even go where, I guess, anywhere past this like little dinosaur. And now that we're down with 95, I mean, what else do we need in order to make this run successful? So I guess one of the things is the Giant Condor for a little bit of extra support. I'm still standing firm on that thing. I think we're gonna have to buy it, so you guys know what, I'm actually gonna buy it. Let's just get it. This guy can push BFBs. That's good because the Mermonkey cannot do that. Oh, we have some leaks in 96. I can use the Poseidon ability, but I don't want to rely on this thing too much. This thing sends out a wave which covers the entirety of the map. Oh, some greens in the back. Oh, let's use Quincy's ability. No way that just happened. Oh my god, are we gonna lose to that? We're not gonna lose. What is happening? Alright, so in comes the big one. This is round 98, and besides, you know, using, I guess, some abilities and hoping for the best, I'm not exactly sure what we can do for this one. We also want to save some abilities, but I'm not sure if that's like in the question because this is a difficult round by itself. So let's dump everything, or at least try and dump the strongest abilities, which that's gonna be the level 3 Quincy ability in combination with the Poseidon ability, and we just caught the map secret ability. Actually, that's gonna be really good for 99. So the only thing we need to do is hold on 98. Oh, this Poseidon bouncing ball ability is doing so much work. Actually, I think it kind of soloed 98 to be fair. Okay, let's go like this. Let's give the Take Aim ability to the Mermonkey, and then in a second we're gonna have these 45 DDTs. Hopefully they all get sucked in. If they don't, we have the map ability, which I'm gonna use. Oh, they're not getting sucked in. Okay, so let's use the stun, and yes, there we go. Alright, and this is the big one. So can we actually defeat the bad? I'm not exactly sure, but let's give it a shot. I mean, these bouncing balls from Poseidon's ability are gonna need to do so much work. Let's give him a little bit of extra range. The Quincy level 10 ability is up and running, and then once we pop it, oh no, I feel like this guy is, oh, we do get the pop, but no, a DDT leaks through. Alright, so how do we get extra damage then? The Blazing Sun? Is he actually going to be the one that saves this run? That's going to be ridiculous. Let's buy it. I'm also going to buy one more Beast Hammer. I'm going to get the T-Rex because this thing, when you use the ability, it does a stun around itself. So that might be useful. Is the Blazing Sun actually going to be the one that saves this thing? I'm watching the dinosaur ability, by the way, so as soon as this bad balloon pops, we're going to dump basically everything that is off cooldown. So we're going to start with the T-Rex ability for the short stun on the DDTs. We're going to need the pop right now. There we go. Oh, I dumped the Storm of Arrows by mistake, but I guess the Rocket Storm is not going to do too much either by itself. Are we actually popping it? Is anything going to a portal? No, it's not. We get it done. And we actually do it. The next gen towers. Look at this thing. It was a struggle for sure. It was a struggle, but we made the map a little bit shorter for us, which made this whole thing a little bit more challenging. And that was super, super fun. And they actually do get the win. So that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. And I'm going to see you on the next one.